for breakfast, why, they're delicious. Here's beets, you pickle them, and carrots, you steam or cream them. In making the original French fried potato, cut them in thick slices. Put them one on top of each other, cross-cut the slices, and you'll never eat a French fry any other way. The potatoes cut like this will not absorb the fat because they're garnished around. Pineapples cut for your pineapple and cheese salad, cut them the same way. Here is one, and this is a dandy. Cuts any thickness or any size. Open it for a thick slice, close to the top for a thin slice. Saratoga chips, you can make them for 3 or 4 pennies a pound. Just pull the blade towards you like this. If you want the slices thicker than this, open the blade, there's a thick slice. Shoestrings for your Friday fish dinner, cut them down like this. Chop them up for your vegetable soup. What this knife is really intended for is for cutting the cabbage. You know the old-fashioned board, how you rip and tear, sometimes nipping the ends off your fingers. Lay it flat and pull it lightly towards you over the cabbage. The weight of the knife across the cabbage is all that's necessary. Why, ladies, when you get slaw cut as fine as this, you'll certainly appreciate eating it. The crowning feature of the set is the cutter that I'm going to show you now. This is known as the Champeen Vegetable Mincing Knife and Noodle Cutter. Now, when you want to make some real fine noodles at home, you roll the dough out like this. Dip this into a little flour so it doesn't stick to the dough, and as you roll it over the dough, that will cut the noodles in long strips, 10 at a time. Did you ever try to chop up a little nuts for cake? Why, I've seen ladies chop nuts and the nuts land up on the ceiling. Sometimes you chop the ends off your fingers. When you want to chop up a little nuts for cake, cooked meat, clams for chowder, soup greens to throw into your soup, making a little pepper or chicken hash is just a few strokes rolling it up and down. Why, here is without a doubt the meanest thing in the world to cut parsley. Put that in a grinder, you really grind it too fine. This machine, instead of crushing the parsley, cuts it quick, clean, and dry, leaving every bit of the juice and every bit of the flavor. Now, to clean this machine, you press the button. Rinse it out in a little water. When you're through using it, hang it up and let it dry. Here's one here that every lady should have in her home, known as the Parisian scoop. You lay it flat, once to the right, once to the left. When you scoop them out, you'll get a perfect round little ball. You can pot roast these, cut them out of cheese or cut them out of butter. When you're serving a fruit cocktail in the summertime, take your fresh cantaloupe, scoop them out like this, mix them with apples, pears, and watermelons, makes a delicious fruit cocktail served with a little cracked ice like you see here. But here is a tool, ladies, if you ever do get it, you'll thank the day you've seen this demonstration. When you press, it locks. It's like a pair of human hands. Reach in the oven and take the biscuits out of the oven. Ever take the hot potatoes out of the oven and burn yourself on the elbow? A roast chicken out of the oven, a piece of meat out of the pot, spinach, asparagus out of the water. Why, around canning season, when you're preserving the fruits, to take the hot fruit jars out of the water like that, that machine is worth dollars to you. And here's another one that I really know you'll enjoy having in your kitchen, known as the safety grater. No doubt you're familiar with the old-fashioned grater. I've seen ladies take a grater and rip the knuckles off. When you want to grate up potatoes for delicious potato pancakes, this has a smooth, flat edge, impossible to cut yourself. Just like you were washing clothes, you rub it up and down, and you really grate your vegetables real fine, retaining all the flavors and all the juices. Breadcrumbs for when you're serving veal cutlets or anything like that. You want a little breadcrumbs to fry your fish in? Why, there's the greatest proposition in the world. Use that for coconut, cheese, or horseradish. When you're through with it, just hit it down like that. That knocks all the food out. rinse it out in a little water, and hang it up and let it dry. Now here is a stone made of carborundum and sapphire quartz, which is made purposely to keep these knives sharp. When they get dull, a few strokes over the edge like this, and you can put a keen cutting edge on it. If you have a dull knife or a dull pair of scissors, an old sickle or a scythe, a lawnmower, cleaver, an axe, there's a tool that will really put an edge on the knife, so the knife will really cut for you. I just want to give you an idea of how sharp that knife really is when you sharpen it with that stone. Ladies, I've seen some of you try to open up cans. Now, there's a can of Campbell's baked beans. I've seen ladies open up a can and you poke a hole in it, go around the top, hippity-hop, and your finger slips. Let me show you a real proposition. Look, lay it on the can, lift up the safety, and turn the key. That locks itself on the can. No harder than you were winding up your watch. Wind up the key and that'll cut the top off of the can slick and smooth. Notice how the end raises itself up in the air so you can lift the lid off, giving you a clean, smooth edge. Now that can be used for sardine cans, square cans or round cans, exactly the same way. Now this tool here, my dear friends, needs no introduction. This will save you on an average of $20 to $30 every year you use it as a peeling knife. Here's a grater for cheese, coconut, or horseradish, a fish scaler for scaling your fish, and when you're coring your apple, it's just a slight twist of the wrist, and there's the apple core. There's one more tool that I want you to see, and I want you to watch this one very closely. Many a times when you're baking a pie, you have a pudding in the oven. I've seen ladies wrap a towel around your hand, and many a times you burn your fingers. Hook this onto the pot like this and lift the hot pots off the top of the stove. You've got a pie pan in the oven, catch a hold of the pie pan like this. Why, you couldn't get it off with a team of horses. This will positively lift 100 pounds. There's a pail of water weighs 50 or 60 pounds. That's the way you pick it up. But there's one more tool. I'll be all through and I'll be finished. Oh, now the next tool and the last one is what they call the Sarah Bernhardt cutter. This was invented by the head chef of the Imperial Hotel in the city of Berlin, Germany. You place the screw into the center of the vegetable. Twist the vegetable until the threads catch a hold, then you wind this up. You keep winding until you utilize the whole potato. The faster you turn, the quicker the slices. Why, ladies, here's a machine for slicing onions. The first onion that you slice with this cutter, you'll bless the day you've got a hold of it. Every slice cut exactly the same thickness. Every slice cut the same size. In making what they call a rosette, pull the vegetable out like this. Pin the ends together with a toothpick. Drop that potato into the hot fat and fry it. That will come out like a donut, golden brown. If you're serving a nice fish dinner, a little parsley goes in the center with the fish all around it, makes a very appetizing dish. Did you ever try to slice onions with a knife? You know how you get one thick slice and one thin slice? Run the knife through the center. That will separate each slice individual. Almost like magic, there is every slice cut exactly the same thickness and the same size. Wouldn't you like to have a set like this in your kitchen? Why, of course you would. Now don't forget, attend this theater every week and receive this 12-piece fascinating... Ladies and gentlemen, the management of this theater takes great pleasure in making this announcement. To each lady attending this theater each week will receive absolutely free a fascinating 12-piece kitchen cutlery set, one piece each time. It is really interesting and amazing to know how you can prepare your meals in an appetizing and pleasing manner. There's an old saying, and a true one, that what is pleasing to the eye is bound to be pleasing to the appetite. I'm going to demonstrate this set to you, and I want you to watch it very closely. The first cutter that I'm going to show you, now this first one is known as the Parisian cutter. Wind it through the potato like a corkscrew. When the cutter appears on the opposite side, pull the cutter out. Place the handle in the center and twist it out. This is what they call a French curl. When you fry these, they come out like donuts, nice and brown. Serve them with your steaks or pot roast them. Unwind it, there's 2 curls out of the 1 potato. Tomorrow morning for breakfast, wind a little strip of bacon around the potato and serve them with bacon and eggs. They're delicious. Different colored vegetables, wind them together and you get the 2 colors. Here's a little trick cut. Split the curl halfway through the center. If you're making a shrimp salad and you happen to run short of shrimp, mix these in with the regular shrimp. Upon my word, you couldn't tell the difference until you start to eat 'em. Now the rest of the potato, you stuff it. We'll call this a little chicken. We'll call this here some hamburger. You might have a little meat that's been laying in the ice box for a few days. Chop the meat up fine, season it highly, stuff it into the center of the potato and bake them with the skins on. When they're done, cut them in 2. Serve them on the half shell just like that. Serve them in slices when company calls. The more company you have, the thinner you cut the slices. If your mother-in-law calls, give her a beak piece like that. Now the second tool in the set is known as the garnishing knife. Everything you cut with this must come out fancy. Watch this, please. You cut down, you turn the potato, and then you cut through the edge. First one way, and then the other. Sweet potatoes cut like this, drop them into a little batter of pancake flour and fry them. When they're golden brown, sprinkle molasses on them. Serve them with strips of bacon for breakfast while they're delicious. Here's beets, you pickle them, and carrots, you steam or cream them. In making the original French fried potato, cut them in thick slices. Put them one on top of each other. Cross-cut the slices, and you'll never eat a French fry any other way. The potatoes cut like this will not absorb the fat because they're garnished around. Pineapples cut for your pineapple and cheese salad, cut them the same way. Here is one, and this is a dandy. Cuts any thickness or any size. Open it for a...
Hello everyone. How you doing today? Hopefully everyone's having a good day. I'm having another orange day. It is weird. Feels like it's like dawn or like nighttime. It's just so weird outside. Anyways, hopefully you're all having much better weather than I. Gonna be celebrating National I Love Food Day today. Typically domain of like buffets, at least here in the States. You get buffets offering deals and specials. At least that's what it is, from what I'm read about. Sure, car guy. No different than they have been, Nan Reader. There's fires here in Sonoma, but they haven't been doing a whole lot. It's more of a matter of them not having the support to actually shut anything down. But what's going on now is we now have, at least according to the weather, is smoke from, I think, Washington has gone out over 100 miles into the ocean and has now been blown back, and it is largely being blown over us. and so it's acting like this upper layer that's not really mixing with our air. Our air readings are sort of okay today, but it's still like weird orange. So the last 3-4 years here, car guy, it's been a pretty much constant thing in California. But there's fires right now in Idaho, Oregon, Washington, and I know the more detailed info for California. There's currently 28 fires in California with over 14,000 firefighters working. Something like 90 some state-owned aircraft working. They're maxed out. You should check the news, car guy. So yeah. Let's see what I did with these Brussels sprouts. Let's start off with those tonight. And prep them and set them aside. Not worry about it. Evening, Evangeline. Welcome, welcome. How you doing tonight? For anyone that knows the meme and knows what's going on in Twitterverse, I think I'm going to ask everyone that comes in how they're doing today. Nice! 26 pounds, that's quite a bit. Hopefully it was a long-term, more life change than something quick and rapid that's not going to fix. These guys are looking a bit dirty, so they're going to get a good wash off here. Why was I doing it? Because it's something that's affected me and is currently an issue where I live, and it's hurting people. Really, Evangeline, that's good. The ones here in Sonoma, they started from thunder, or from lightning. They don't start from thunder; they start from lightning. We had that dry lightning spell like 3 weeks ago, and we have 2 fires in Sonoma that have been here for 3 weeks now that are just sitting there because the state hasn't been able to really fight them, just prevent them from being a real issue. And it seems that way with a lot of the fires right now. A lot of them they don't have the resources to really fight right now, but they're going to keep it from hitting the major stuff. There's a big one down in Southern California that was started by a gender reveal party. All sorts of lovely drama about that one. Over 100,000 acres, I think it is. And sadly, I don't remember the first time a gender reveal being the cause of a like brush or a forest fire. I think you're gone. Wow, this is a pretty bad bunch. Not happy with this bunch of... much at all. That guy's gone too. Nice cargo. See, I'm not sure what Phase 3 of ACK is. It seems to change county by county. Out here, since the fire in 2017, they've been changing things. And now they have this, like, zone system. But it's like, they have, like, 6 gazillion zones for the county. No one knows what zone they're in. No one knows what zones are next to them. It's... California is a big state. You, should maybe figure out where you're going in California before you want to know about where you're going. Oh, it's expensive. You have a lot of different agencies dealing with it too. Here in California, you have several Indian reservations, as well as Cal Fire that does the vast majority of it. But you also have the national parks that deal with a fair amount of it too. That, of course, turns into a game of whose fire is it? I'm not sure, car guy. You can easily look all that up. That was the Tubbs fire. TUBB. That was 2017. Really unhappy with these. This is a really poor batch of Brussels here. I don't ice them. Actually, I'm not even sure what you're referring to. I've never iced Brussels. What, you're afraid of a couple of bucks? Oh, we're going to be roasting these, so they'll just turn into some nice umami then. All F1 cars have a hybrid V6. They're all the same. There's 3 manufacturers that are making different engines, but they all have the same engine. Yeah, and Williams uses Mercedes engines. Nah, we might actually see a return to Indy. I mean, due to the new ownership at Indy. Liberty Media wants to increase its North American races too. So, obviously not this year, but in the future, they've been rumoring about F1 turning back to Indy. No, but that is a consideration. They may have to change something up. I know that's certainly a thing there with Spa last weekend. They're certainly not doing that old oval. That thing is gorgeous, though, that bank. Yeah, I'm not happy with these Brussels at all. These have been kicking around for a while, and I just got them. But like with Spa, those high bank turns that are never ending, they're like not even turns in F1. They're like straights. F1 is a safety car. They don't have a pace car. It's more of a case of whenever there is one out there on the track, it's going as fast as it possibly can, and the cars are going essentially as slow as they can not to hit it. I have no idea. Oh, that was... Well, yeah, there was the huge Michelin tire. But they're changing tires up again here, too, again. So, I don't think it would have been a problem with the Pirellis either. But I think it was an excuse. The Michelin thing was certainly a thing. But that was a safety issue where their tires just wasn't handling races. That wasn't necessarily Indy itself. No, Evangeline, that was a much bigger issue than that. It blew up at that track. Um, that track was one that they were worried about the tires, and that's why everything came to a point there. And there was only, I think it was like only 5 cars that started that race because there were so many protests. But it's different tires from them. It's different engine from them. It's different car layout. And they're having to redesign everything now for those. Well, I mean, large part of this new car is shared in design and manufacture, but they're having to redesign the whole car because of the larger tires, so they can do tires that are closer to conventional use, rather than they're like, I don't know if it's 13 or 14 inch tires that they use now. There's small little things. Not gonna do that one. Let's go for the... yeah, let's go olive oil. Alright, battle time. Let's do an entropy. And head Mama Bear. What? Oops. Sorry, Echo. Didn't realize I had my speakers still on. Victory. Interview with the scroll. All right. Back to Brussels. So, I'm not very happy with this batch of Brussels, but we'll live with it. And we'll put these on a pan with parchment, and we can sort of forget about them for a little while we work on everything else here. Because we're going to roast those off, but don't need to get those... we can start the oven up. Don't need to get those going until we get our potatoes going. Huh. It should have heard that. Stream Raiders' audio's on. There, that's on. Oh. That's why. Okay. So now you should be able to hear the music in the background too. So you got taters, so I'm gonna put them in this pan here. Nice, car guy. Nice, Evangeline. I never really got into... I did a little bit of this, audio in high school, but I never really got into like building and breaking down cars. It's sort of funny that the tech in F1 is so interesting to me, but it's not so much the engine that you find out about in F1 anymore. It's all hidden away. It's all the aero and the changes and the politics and... I generally leave the skin on, but for russets, yeah, it's a bit tough from the mashed potatoes. I don't often use russets for mashed potatoes. Just what I decided to go with this time. You can die from eating lots of things. So I put some water in the pan. So I'm gonna peel immediately, do a dice, and into the water so they don't oxidize. You have nettles too, that a lot of people drink nettle tea or will make nettle soup. But you can't eat those raw. There's a lot of mushrooms that they'll use for teas and medicinals and Eastern medicine that you wouldn't want to hardly even touch. You can eat raw potato too. You just don't want to, as with many things, you don't want to eat a ton of it. I forget what it is, that green color in potato chips. That's poisonous too. But you gotta eat like your body weight in it for it to be an issue. So we got those underwater now. Put those over here so they're ready to go when we want them. We're gonna need to set up another small pan here with our goodies for our potatoes. Might as well get that set up while we're here. That looks like a good hunk of butter. Leftover piece of junk here. And why not? Since we got it, let's use up a little of buttermilk for with our potatoes tonight. some regular old half and half in there too. So I'll go on the back burner. I think I need something to drink here. It's gonna be a quick stream tonight. Brussels and potatoes are set. We got carrots just to knock out here right quick. And saute and finish up. Maybe 6 o'clock, taking my time. I'm also going to do this since I've got it, just to make life a little interesting. Let's throw serrano in there with those potatoes. Hey, you got nice fresh tomatoes, that's not a bad thing. And get canned tuna while you can right now. Let's turn our oven on. Turn the fan on. Yeah, it's sort of a... all the TV dinner stuff is all... so like everything on the shelves in the supermarkets. It's full of corn. Agua. That's true too. A lot of them are so engineered to be the baseline palate that, you know, fits everyone. You know, not really salty, but still sort of tastes. That's sort of like the standard for, like, I mean, we're engineering our chicken to taste like nothing. We're engineering our generic fish, our tilapia, and that to be tasting like nothing. It's like we want our proteins to be nothing but a base for everything else we're putting on the plate. Good with that, good with that. Let's get our carrots going. I buy these rainbow carrots once in a blue moon, and just about every time I do it, I'm depressed with their quality. Well, you want to talk about something engineered not to taste like anything. These things don't taste like carrots to me. We're gonna try, and they're pretty. Let's save the rubber band. Yeah. Well, that's true with a lot of things, Evangeline. That's cute. It depends on which of them. Actually, I never remember which ones come in this batch. Are they ones with... They're the pink outside, but the, like, orange inside? There's ones that are purple with a, like, white outside inside, like these guys. And then there's purple on purple ones. We'll find out here quickly. Purple on purple. A little bit of orange in the center, maybe. See, this one's got orange in the core of it. Gotta say, I'm not happy with this bunch of carrots either. Just as far as a mix of rainbow carrots. Bad produce day. That's about right. Hey, Midget Hedgehog. Welcome. How you doing today? What's new in your world? How are you doing? I'm doing lovely. Having a relaxful comfort food evening. We got some carrots that I'm chopping up here. Let's see, let's do it like nothing too fancy here, just small little guys, will be easy to cook. Got Brussels already set up. Got those seasoned, oiled, and on a pan. Ready to go in the oven once that's ready. Got oven preheating to 400. We got Idaho's underwater on the stove ready to go. We got some buttermilk, butter, half and half, and serrano with our mashed potatoes. And car guy, I think you should go and buy yourself a drag strip racer. I think it's a sound investment today. Especially if you're going to be doing it with like a crate motor that anyone can buy. Hey Rhino. Welcome. Oh, I often do. What's that, Evangeline? I think I'm going to finish off this bottle tonight. See, how's this guy looking? Let's give him a cleanup. All right. Now we got that cleaned up a little bit. Still a little hazy, but finish off our bottle of Buffalo Trace here. Put that in the wine rack for now. Get the hair out of my eye. Excuse me. Almost got another battle here, too. Thyme and rosemary here. Next, we're going to drop this guy in with the butter and herbs. Take that guy for this. Come on, fit in there. Get back in your bubble pack, herbs. And like it. Alright, battle. Battle. Nice. Hit Mama Bear with the epic. Thank you, thank you. Look at all those archers. Victory. Okay. Put the carrots in something here. I'll hold on to them for a little bit. Rosemary can be funky. Just because it's not really intended to live in your typical potting soil, I don't think. And that's just off the top of my head. Not that it won't, but... That'll do it too. Speaking of that, I'm neglecting to water two of my plants right now. I don't think they're really desperate right now. If they're outdoors, it'd be a different thing, but... Yeah, I haven't had a great year for my garden either. I might have a couple of carrots that I can pull up. My tomatoes and are okay, but they're not great. My peppers didn't turn out well. And what I haven't mentioned is either struggling or dead. It's not been a good year. And it was yellow/orange outside all day today. So, I mean, it's not like they're getting great sunlight. By the way, if anyone's into buying wines to age, that sort of stuff, just skip this year. Just forget it happened. Actually, the areas in here isn't all that bad today. It has been pretty horrible the last 3 weeks, but that's because of all the fires. Like I said, the smoke that's here now, they're saying is way up high in the atmosphere and has traveled over 100 miles to get here. So... yeah, it's a lot more than arsonists that we're worried about when we're talking about 28 major fires. Like I said, the major fires that have affected me, the video that I showed you have either been thunderstorms or PG&E. PG&E with wind. The Tubbs fire, which that video I was showing you guys, it was started. They're fighting over whether it was started on a private land or it was a PG&E tower. I think it's pretty much established that it was PG&E now, even though they were trying to blame 90-year-old landowner. But even during the Tubbs fire, there was just a suspected smaller minor fires that they suspected were arson. And I'm sure there's people out there trying to burn down, unwanted house or whatever and claim insurance along with the fire. All sorts of wackos in this world. Okay, so we got lots of fresh thyme, little rosemary for our carrots. Oven's up the temp. Okay, so let's turn our potatoes on. Flame going on the guy in the back on a low flame, just to melt everything, warm up all that cream and butter. Actually, let's throw a little garlic in there too. Serrano garlic mashed potatoes. Yeah, there's a lot of them that, you're just not going to trace down easily, but burn enough houses and they got incentive to look. Sucks to be him. But then again, he's trying to start fires. I think we got a bigger issue here with how many fires we're having and the fact that we're beyond our proper capabilities for handling these right now. Yep. set aside one of these for with the pan sauce. Got the chicken breasts out here, coming up to room temp. I don't know if I told you that already today or not. Maybe they've just been hanging out the entire time and you guys haven't noticed. But they're coming up to room temp. I left them out open air in the refrigerator the last 2 days, so they're nice and dry. Yeah, I was actually worrying about that the other day. I did that grilling stream for the tikka masala, and I didn't think to look if it was a no burn day here in California. I figured no one would notice with the forest fire, but I actually never did check into that. I thought about it when I was doing it. I was like, oops. Well, I hope the fire department doesn't show up. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Well, it's actually pretty low on my list of things that I want, but it'd be nice to have a nice smoker. I already have. Oh, that wasn't supposed to go in there. Oh well. That was supposed to go in there. I have a enclosed speed rack, as I know them from working in industry, but essentially it's a closable rack. It's made out of aluminum, and you can put tons of sheet trays in it, and it's got an electric heater in the bottom so that it can be sort of hot holding speed rack. And the I can cut a hole in the side of it and run piping, put a pan in between the middle of it, and then I've got instant cold smoker. But haven't done that work yet. I don't really have the space here to use it that way, and I don't know that I really want to modify it rather than just sell it and get a proper smoker. But I do know that people use them that way. I'm almost more inclined to get one of those old school oil can or oil barrel smokers. Where do you live, Evangeline? Because I don't know about this. Well, I know about air quality index, but I don't know about it being an air color, a color. No, I don't think I've seen either. You can throw those into Discord. starting to get a couple of bubbles over here with our potatoes. Yeah, that's the problem out here, Evangeline. And something irritated to me no end with starting my business out here in California. I don't know people here. And so I had to start a business up, and I had to start a business up by the book, and then watch the guy that knows people next to me not give a crap. So, if there's one thing that irritates me, and that's the way it is here in California. If you're not, people complain about us having a gazillion and one laws, and we do. It's just a matter of they aren't necessarily, they're sort of selectively enforced. Welcome, Glass. Yeah, to an extent. I feel I have a legitimate gripe, though. I deserve 10 minutes with the manager of this county. Not really. I wouldn't want to. It's chicken. I'm gonna rub this with a little oil since it's nice and dry. But I mean, there was things that were just ridiculous in this county that are purely designed to be like anti-local, well, anti-non-local, you know, so things like my weight scale. It's always the one that comes to my mind. It was irritating me earlier today. I have one of those scales you typically find at a supermarket, properly rated, sealed, certified. That seal and certification here in Sonoma County costs $20 if you own the property somewhere in the county. If you rent for your business, sorry. Otherwise, those people that don't own property in the county for that same scale are paying $120. And so that's what I was sort of dealing with it comes to not being the local guy. It's not fun, which and I'm the nice guy that people bend over for. It's bend over backwards for. It's, yeah. And then you get into the, it's not even getting into the people that are complaining about their food. So how are you doing today, Glass? Throw these Brussels in the oven. give those 40 minutes. Retirement parties are generally easy. They're not. Generally, it's something being arranged from other people for someone, so the expectations. It's not like a wedding where everything has to be perfect. Being lazy's fun. That works. I think we're going to be ready ahead of time here with our potatoes, since they're... I forgot and left the Brussels out here. Smoked food. But yeah, I need a smoker of some sort. It's just, I don't have the space for it here. Employee for 45 years? Yeah, but same as I was saying before. I mean... okay without fish. The only fish that I want to smoke is probably salmon, and that's usually better done by people that caught it. Nice. Need a nice large one for some of those large pieces. Especially going to do something like hanging bellies or something like that. Buttermilk separated on me. Luau pig. Yeah, but typically they do those flat. I don't know, maybe if you're doing a whole pig together, you could hang it. But... oh, cool. Well, that's good. They have a tradition and a plan and use for it. So many people buy them and just never use them. So... turn the heat down on these potatoes just a little bit here. With meat rods. It's also going to cook unevenly, unless you've got a perfectly insulated oven space. Yeah. Okay, gonna cut the heat on the potatoes. Just put a cover on them. Let them hang out for a while. Let's see, do I got any green onion in here? Those guys are looking pretty sad. I think we're gonna get rid of this. Oh, link down just below, or arg, won't let me type anything in OBS because I'm not logged in properly for some reason in OBS. I'm streaming using OBS, but I can't chat in it. Which is it? There we go. Mine's pretty much nothing but food and Formula One. I've been chatting there with a couple of people on Sundays during races, but mostly food. That's weird. Everything looking okay over here. No notifications. No drop frames. Solid 60 FPS. Still haven't gotten into... I am planning on dropping Streamlabs. Sorry, Streamlabs, but yeah, gonna go back to OBS. I've already got my other computer running on OBS. I've been toying with that for a little while. It's gonna be a pretty major change over here. I'm gonna have to redo all my scenes again. I'm gonna have to redo all my Stream Deck buttons. So I think I'm gonna wait until I get a 2-day break for that, but. Yeah, we're dropping the Streamlabs for OBS. Let's see, anything else here I want? Wish I had some chives. Is there any chives in that little path? Nope. Of course not. It's like one sprig of oregano. Sure wishing I had some plushes or something cutesy for on top of the chicken after that's done. Or for in with the sauce or with the pan sauce. Got 30 minutes left on the Brussels. We got a battle here in 40 seconds. Probably too late for you guys to even put that last piece down. It's probably already timed out for you. You're probably sitting here back already waiting for me to do the battle. Alright. Battle. What was that died there, Entropy? Why was it pathing so far ahead? Was that like a healer? Victory. Okay. But whatever it was that you had that was flying there, Entropy, path way ahead of my tank because of that first battle and took all of the ranged hits. So it really had no chance at all. It just really took all that my tank should have been taking for that walk up to it. Pathing on this can be weird sometimes. Like the last map, almost everything went off after like one small mob that was like back behind them instead of going after the main one. But it'd probably be my only real complaint with this game. It's sort of fun to play. Got another 26 minutes still on those Brussels. Figure about 20 minutes out, I'll start on the chicken. Chicken will take about 10 minutes to cook. A little less than 10 minutes. But then we'll get the pan sauce going. And pan sauce will take another 5-6 minutes. Gotta get the carrots going in between there. So maybe we'll push it to 6:30 here. consult our chicken ahead of time here. Don't want to do that too far ahead because it'll pull out too much moisture, but pretty good glass. Pretty good. Not much to complain about in the world, well, not much to complain about in the world. Especially now that it's not so orange outside anymore. It's still orange, but it's getting dark now. I didn't tweet that I was streaming. Oh well. Had the skip out for a moment to do some propaganda. Not sure what you're going there. No. I'm gonna throw a little bit more oil in this pan. I was trying to scrape by with that, but it's not the end of the world. That was too much, but we'll live with that too. Yeah, the ash cleanup, that's another thing that most people don't realize about these forest fires. Is like, people will try and get through the police barriers and stuff to get to their old property. But in many cases, due to health reasons and all that, they just straight up cordon the whole area off and just bulldoze. And so your stuff is gone. There was issues with all the stuff going to landfills too, because it's all been burnt, it's all nasty, it's just all going straight to a landfill. So it also jacks up all of our trash prices. Mm-hmm. I was actually gonna try and touch base with you about that, Glass. I don't know how to do this in a tactful manner. But I'd probably like and share a lot more of your Twitter posts if you didn't have a buy this link on it for every single one of them. And I'll even explain why, because I mean, you add that buy this link on there and it instantly transforms it from me wanting to share your art and your work to not wanting to share an ad. Cool. So we got 19 minutes left. Let's get these chicken going. Turn the heat back up in the pan. I'm saying it's still an ad for your work. It's just not a direct ad sales pitch. But like I said, I didn't know how to approach that tactfully. Oh, got the mics off over here. The salmon chicken doesn't sound bad. We're just gonna keep it simple here with salt, and I'm gonna hit it up with pepper after I turn it. Because our flavor is gonna be in that sauce. I've already got a bag of chicken stock defrosted here. Oh, come on, why don't you open? I'm about ready to just tear it open. I like what you do, Glad. I mean, I understand that you want to sell your art. I just sort of feel like in the modern world, with all social media and all that, just getting your pictures and stuff out there, just showing people what you're doing is going to be enough for getting people searching for you and finding what they're looking for. What did I do with my tongs? I put them away, that's what I did. me start these carrots up, and I can get the fourth pan going. There we go. Get the top burner going there. For our carrot. A little bit of light oil in the pan. And I'm going to have to turn the fan back on, so I'm going to switch the mic again. Yeah, Glass. And I know the way people word things bother me sometimes. I try and work on that, and I'm not great at that. Even worse at it when I'm talking. But I hope streaming helps me with that. It was also a hope that being in business and dealing with 50 different people a day would help me with that. I don't know that it has, but that's the hope. Go. Carrots. In general terms, I would agree with that, yep. Well, I was thinking of it was in my head because I was thinking about it earlier today. I was like, you shared something of mine. I was like, I went to go over and look at your page because I thought it had been a while since I had done the same for you. And it's like, Yeah, it hit me. I was like, that's why. I just thought of something. I think I'm going to try and put that mic up here. That way it'll be above the fan. It might be good. Let that carry over cook. Let that carry over cook. Add in our garlic. Chicken stock. And drain our potatoes here. Right back into the pan for our serrano, buttermilk, butter, half and half, and herbs in there. I'm going to pull that one sprig of rosemary out though. That's already given its flavor here. Cover back on that. Let this continue to roost. We can use this for now. Brussels are looking nice. I'm going to turn the oven off there. They got another 5 minutes or so to go there. Yeah, it's an ongoing battle for me. I'm still trying to figure out the sound. I don't know enough about it. If there's one thing that I don't know about streaming, it's audio. I don't know the first thing about audio. I love me some music. I love good musicians. I spend a good percentage of my time on streaming platforms watching musicians. Streaming platforms were built around gamers, but I use them to watch nothing but art and music. That's what I'm smelling, those carrots going. Forgetting about my carrots back here and burning them. We add some stock to them too, for their glaze. Gonna live with them with a little bit of burnt. I already got the orange. Let's use the orange for some citrus here. Never tried forking an orange before. Doesn't work great. Honey. We'll let that reduce till it's nice and glaze-like. I appreciate that, Glass. Yeah, I think a lot of streamers from the cooking streams I've seen isolate a lot of sounds that I would like to include. That's sort of my problem. I want the pan sizzling. I want to hear you guys, or let you guys hear that sort of stuff. But I don't care for the fans. And so it's really just the fan that I'm trying to kill, which doesn't really work. Our Brussels are done. Put you back here now. Nice roasted Brussels. Darker the better typically, but I'm not going to keep going with these just in lieu of finishing things up tonight. But I think those are going to be nice and tasty. We'll hit those up with a little salt here. Yeah, smell-o-vision's been a topic of conversation here in the past. Excuse me. Carrots are looking nice. Gonna kill the heat on those. We got our rosemary and thyme. Add that in with our carrots. Well, still in the warm pan. We want to warm those herbs up, but we don't want to really cook them. Got another battle. I need a minute. And those go small bowl here. You guys, a close up on those guys. Yeah, a lot of it is glass. Um, I know I've cracked the joke before about people spending thousands on their audio systems just to send it through OBS. But, yeah, I'm recording it too, and I don't put out YouTube to videos or anything like that, but I'd like to get rid of the fan. I love to keep all the chopping and the searing and the sauteing and bubbling and boiling. But the fans, that can go. Okay, getting down to water and oil here again. Potatoes are a little bit loose, that's why I've left the lid off on them. I'm going to add some butter in here now to finish off that sauce. Remember to just cut 2 pieces when I'm cutting an end piece. And cut the heat down on this down to nothing. There we have our pan sauce. Nice juicy cooked through chicken there. Show you in thick piece there. Yeah, I don't really, well, I'm not going to get into that one. Anyways. Ooh. What am I doing? That needs to go in there. That's good food. Good flavor. I know that's the method you use for putting your Brussels on the plate too, right? That looks like a good dinner. What do you guys think? Give you guys a close-up on the main screen here. Sorry, I can't tilt this one much. Magically. Then our carrots, which, sorry I already gave you guys a pretty good look at those already, but those are always fun to look at. And photo, where's my phone / camera here? Where it should have been. Cool. Let's see here. Hopefully you are all having a good evening. Thank you all for joining me. Let's give a refresh here and see who's out there in the streamer world and give some love to here. Let's see what time it is. 6:34. Why don't we go give a hello to Tapatai. I've hosted him once before. If you guys are not familiar, he is a... Oh, let's run this last battle here. Sorry. Sorry, Evangeline. Sorry, guys. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I mean, what the heck is my tank doing there? What kind of pathing is that? Ouch. That thing just destroyed me. I don't know if we're gonna make this one. But we won. Somehow. Alright, I'll do one more map here, but I'll do it off stream here. We'll wrap things up here. Give ourselves a host. There was another mob though. He killed 2 mobs with 1 arrow apparently. Enemies will be revealed over time, so it doesn't really matter where I put them. So obviously the last rate nap of the night, and like I said, I'll run this one after we finish up here. So again, thank you guys for joining me tonight. I will be back here on Friday. I have completely forgotten my schedule already. Let's see, what am I doing on Friday here? Ugh. My web browser's all messed up in what I have displayed and whatnot. Alright, so thank you all for joining me. I'll be back on Friday and on Sunday, 4:30 Pacific time as usual. I'm going to go ahead and raid a Tabatai now. Thank you for enjoying time with me. Have a good night.